Hello and welcome to another episode of Truth Bombs and Heart Nudges. I'm your host, Lori Herbers. Today's literally blew my mind. So I have many Truth Bombs and Heart Nudges from my 12 plus years of journaling with God and writing down everything that he was saying to me. And this one, like I've seen it quite a few times. But today, all of a sudden, was even a bigger aha moment from it that I had to choose this one for today because I have so many. Like I just kind of scroll through, and whichever one really speaks to me is the one that I will do. And this one totally, like I can't even like, whoa. All of a sudden, it made such a deeper meaning. And that's why it's so important to stay connected to the vine, to stay connected to the vine, to stay connected to the source. Because within us all is that connection. We are connected to everything. And so the more that it's just kind of like, I guess the way I could say it is like, if you're an athlete, the more that you practice and the more that you take care of your body and enhance your skill sets, the better that you are. And it's the same with anything in life. So the more that you spend connected to God and listening to him or to your intuition or, depending on who that is for you. But for me, it is always going to be God. I believe that the more that you are connected with him, the more knowledge you have, the more wisdom you have, the more power that you have to create the life that you want. Because we have to remember that we're made in his image. And so everything that he has within him was transferred to us. So with that in mind, here we go. So today's, and I do remember that it is number 41. I can get my thing to move. There we go. So number 41 is the path of tomorrow will change what you know today. So I have seen this many times. The first time I wrote it, the second time I read through it, and then I read through it again. And then when I started making my list and then reading through my list, like every week, like I hit this one because it's number 41. But today it's just this big a moment. The path of tomorrow will change what you know today. And it's ironic because I'm always telling clients or speaking in, on other podcasts or in summits or wherever it is that I'm talking about the fact that if you want to change what you have in your life. So if you're looking around in your life and it's not what you want and you're not where you thought you would be and you know that you're meant for something more, but you're just not sure what it is. The thing is, we must first change today in order to change tomorrow. So the path of tomorrow will change what you know today. Like you have to start digging into yourself, getting to understand yourself, what you're all about, what is your purpose, what are your gifts, what are you meant to be doing with your life? Because the more that you know about yourself and the more that you shift your perceptions, it literally will change then what you're creating. So what you're seeing tomorrow was created today or yesterday or the day before that or the day before that, because sometimes it takes a while to create what we're creating. Sometimes it's immediate. Sometimes you might just have a thought in your head and then boom, it shows up and you're like, "Ooh, how did I do that?" Because you're always creating. You come forth from a creator. So the ability to create, especially when you're connected to the creator, the easier it is, the more simplified it is, the less you must do. Because there are literally times that I know that I just have a thought come through my head like, oh, that'd be cool if I had that thing. And then like a day or two later, boom, it shows up and I realize, man, I just barely thought about it. Or you get so stuck in your head about what you think things are supposed to look like. So you get caught up. You literally are keeping yourself for creating what you really want to see tomorrow. But the crazy thing is, the path of tomorrow will change what you know today. To get where you want to go, first you must know where you're going. What do you want? What are your heart's desires? Once you know that, then start paying attention to all of the choices you're making, because you make so many choices throughout the day, and sometimes you're just absent-mindedly making these choices. Start paying attention, like, is this choice that I'm about to make getting me to what I want? Or is it taking me away? Because you're always becoming something. You're either becoming more or you're becoming less. You're becoming closer to your dreams or you're coming further away. But it all starts today in this moment. You can't keep saying, when this happens, then I'm finally going to be happy. When I'm finally married, I'm going to be happy. When I finally have kids, I'm going to be happy. Oh, when the kids are finally out of the house, I'm going to be happy. Or no, happiness starts right now in this moment. What do you need to feel joy? Because joy is a choice. And the more that you spend learning to understand joy as a choice and choosing joy, the more joy you will have. Because what you focus on becomes your focus. And that's another whole truth bomb. What you focus on becomes your focus. So if you're focusing on the fact that I never get what I want, guess what? You're never going to get what you want, because you're basically saying to the universe, I don't get what I want. And the universe is like, okay, I won't give it to you. And I totally believe that when we doubt is a destroyer, first of all. But secondly, when we doubt, God can't give us what we want, because that doubt erases the power of the belief. And the belief is what brings forth what you want. Your beliefs are what creates your tomorrow. But when you doubt, it destroys that ability to create what you actually want. You actually block yourself from getting what you want. You block God. And plus, when our hands are on stuff, God doesn't put his hands on it. Like if we're trying to say, here, God, take this, but we're holding on to it, he doesn't do anything with it, because it's like, okay, well, you still have it. So what are you going to do with it? Are you trusting me with it or not? Are you trusting that the highest good of all is always in play? Because when you can start trusting that the universal laws are always in motion and that you can get in flow with what they are doing, and understand that you are constantly creating or constantly manifesting, that law of attraction is already in motion. It's all based on what you believe and that energy of your belief that you are sending out. It's like that frequency, like a radio station. When you wanted to listen to this one station, you turn to that station. You want to create your heart's desires, you must be tuned in to your heart desires, thus knowing where you want to go in order to get there. It's like you can't plan a trip. Say you live in Florida and you're going to go drive to California, but you don't get out a map, or you don't get out your phone now because you have maps on your phone, Google Map or whatever it is that you're using. If you don't actually pay attention, you're just aimlessly traveling, and you may or may not get there. You may get there completely on accident, or you may not get there ever. You have to know where you're going. You have to know what you want to see tomorrow and start planning on it today. You have to change today to get something different tomorrow. It's the same thing. If you keep doing the same thing, you'll keep getting the same result. Same idea. So the path of tomorrow will change what you know today in this moment. You should always be striving to become more you. And the only way to become more you is to take the time to dig inward, to start looking into what is in your subconscious. consciously choose to dig into your subconscious, because otherwise your subconscious is just basically going haywire, because you're not paying attention. And that's why, and pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your thoughts, pay attention to deja vus, pay attention to everything that's going on. And you can't do that if you're worrying about tomorrow or what happened yesterday. You must stay in your present moment. Because when you stay in your present moment, then you're actually paying attention to what are the choices that I'm making. Is this choice I'm about to make? It seems very trivial, but everything we do sends a ripple that goes out across everything, creates bigger, and comes back. What kind of ripple is this sending out? Is this going to bring forth what I want? Is it going to be rippled out from me, multiplied, and come back as what I want? Or am I sending out a ripple that goes out and multiplies and comes back as exactly what I didn't want? Because universal laws, it doesn't say, oh, I think that what she really wanted was this. No, what your frequency is what's going to return. It's like a boomerang. When you believe something, it boomerangs out and it comes back. So you might have to start paying attention to what do you really believe, because some people, as you grow up and you watch your parents or you hear what they say, and some of their beliefs are in your subconscious and you may not even know they're in there. But when you seek an answer, you're always going to find it. Nothing stays hidden from you if you really want to know what the answer is. You will find it. It will make its way to you. But you have to be willing to be looking for it. Seeking an answer. Seeking is a verb. What are you doing to find the answers of everything about yourself? The beautiful magic that is you. The uniqueness that is you. The brilliant light that you should be shining. What are you doing to be more of you, who you were created to be? Because you are your purpose. Your purpose is literally ingrained in your cells. It's why you're here. It is why you have the gifts and the talents that you have. But you can get yourself way off path. So here's the thing. So the path of tomorrow, if you're not changing what you know today, the path tomorrow is going to look exactly the same. What are you doing to change what you know? What are you doing to understand things at a deeper level? Or to connect more fully with self, with spirit, with the universe? Because everything that was in the laws of the universe are in you. You're made from the exact same fabric. So you can choose to live the life of your dreams, but you have to choose it. With every choice that you make, are you moving yourself towards what your heart really desires? Or are you moving yourself towards what you think that you deserve? And for some people, you don't think you deserve anything. So your path tomorrow isn't going to look like you want it to. If you want a life that you deserve, where is that line for you? Where's the line of, what I deserve? I don't deserve anything. Well, then you're not going to get anything. But if you start understanding that you are creating and that flow of creation flows through you, then think of the path that you will have tomorrow. When you change what you know today and understand energy and frequency and the power of your beliefs and the fact that you're a creator and the fact that all of this energy is flowing from you and to you and through you. So your belief comes from within you and out. and then it ripples and ricochets back bigger than what you sent out. Think about that. What are you sending out? Because it ricochets across the whole and comes back to you bigger. So if your life is filled with unhappiness today, that's the energy you're sending out. So that unhappiness ripples out, ricochets, collects more, and brings it back to you. Start thinking about that. I want to be happy. What am I doing today to be happy? So that that frequency of happiness and joy ripples out from me and comes back bigger. What are you doing to love yourself today in this moment? What are you doing to take care of you? That is the frequency. Like if you don't take care of yourself, you choose to not eat right, you choose to not exercise, you choose to not believe in your own power that flows through you. What's that path of tomorrow going to look like? What are you choosing today? What inner work are you doing today? And sometimes it's about resting. Blessed are the ones that take that day of rest. Again, that day of rest can ripple out through the hole and come back to you knowing that everything is working whether I'm resting or not. So there's power in taking rest because there's a time for being and a time for doing. And a lot of people are spending their time doing, and wondering why they're so miserable and they want to take a day of rest, but they feel like they have to do everything. You don't have to do everything. So ask yourself, what is it that I should be doing? What am I wanting? What are my heart's desires? What is my purpose? What is this goal? What am I trying to achieve? Sometimes we have to go deeper and we got to clean out. It's like if you don't weed your garden, then the weeds will overtake it. And your beliefs are the same. So if you have negative beliefs, your negative beliefs will overtake your path of tomorrow. Will be just filled with negativity. Unless you spend today figuring out how to be positive, how to have love, how to make the right choices to take you closer to your dreams, to your heart's desires. But you can't get there if you don't know, if you don't ask, if you don't grow, if you don't learn, if you don't understand your own power and the power that flows through you. So the path of tomorrow will change what you know today, which means you have to change today if you want tomorrow to look different. You have to change today if you want tomorrow to be different. Otherwise, your path of tomorrow is going to look exactly like today or very darn similar. Is today what you want? If it's not, you need to change now, today, so that tomorrow can be different. Change today so tomorrow can be different. The path of tomorrow will change what you know today.